Welcome, Taurus, to your December Astro Dice reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers. Anyone new, welcome, welcome. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on in December for you. For those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month using only one of the 12 houses. So let's see what house is important at this time. They're all important, but let's see what Spirit wants to talk about. Okay. Clarify, please. Situation for Taurus. Got some Cancerian energy coming up in the second house with some Uranus. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Your potential for sudden change, enlightenment, and awakening. Something is going to awaken within you, Taurus. I already feel that. Cancer. The energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, and loving. It may concern your family, a mother, or a child as well. And going straight into the second house of money. Excuse me. Your assets, finances, and the things that you value. Your car, your job, things you want, your home. Okay. Let's get straight into this. Clarify on the situation, going straight into the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month for the beautiful Bull tribe. Let's see what's going on. Clarifying situation, beginning of the month. Talking about that, I need to change this table to Christmas, to winter. Okay, let's see. Power. Beginning of the month, you're going to feel like you have a lot of power, a lot of strength. When it comes to wanting to work, doing your finances within your second house, you're going to find yourself a lot stronger, a lot more self-confident about the situation when it comes to that. You might even have some kind of awakening or enlightenment. Okay, hold on. The piece of my pencil. That's funny. My pencil lead. And then I lost it again. There we go. Okay, so feeling like lead. Strong as lead. Okay, so anyways, you have the power going on over here in this Great Awakening for fertility. Your own card coming out over here as the Empress. Love it. Look at that heart chakra open. Wow. Feeling that fertility, feeling that abundance, having that self-confidence and that self-strength, having that prosperity and seeing that prosperity and knowing that this prosperity is coming in. And when we're talking about the family as well with this Cancer, having this sensitive, emotional piece within you, Taurus, to where you just, you know what, Taurus are so giving. 'Tis this season for Taurus to want to give and love. Yeah. Givers and lovers. Your heart is going to be very open. Be careful of your sensitive sides, though, especially those who are empathic. Okay, do not allow others to take from you. Keep your stability. Your second house is looking very stable. You know you have the prosperity. You know you're abundant in this area. You know you are. Your power. That's the Leo card. That's the strength card. You know who you are. And you're going to know who you are. And you're fierce right now. And fierce even when it comes to your family and working for your family and being abundant for what you value in your second house. Wow. And really feeling that base chakra, that's your root chakra, having the instincts to know that, you know what, the instincts of life is the vitality, feeling great about doing what it is you want to do. Those instincts are shelter, home, things that I know I have to have. I have to have shelter for my family. I have to have money. I have to have, these are the have to haves. These are natural instincts of life. Same thing animals have. We all have natural instincts. Animals do not have intuition. They have natural instincts. Everybody is built with them. And this is that I have to have. That's what the base is, right? I have prosperity. I have strength. Wow. Okay, guys. Let's See what's going on over here. Clarifying on this power. This is the understanding and the sudden awareness of these are the things I have. These are the things that is going to happen because I'm going to make sure that these things continue to keep rolling and going and keeping my heart open to make sure that this happens. Feeling very beautiful. A lot of you might even be getting your nails done, doing things like that too. I just want to bring that up really fast, only for the fact because you are feeling so alive, right? That it makes you want to have self-care and self-love as well. So being even sensitive to yourself. Yes. You have the power to overcome any addictions, anything that was holding you back, any dark thoughts, any negativities are now going away. You have no more restrictions, keeping yourself away from anything that was restricting your thoughts. Thinking I can't be this or I can't have that. You're moving away from that with inner strength and not allowing anyone to tell you these things either, and not allowing anyone to keep chains on you as either. So if you're in a relationship, when it comes to Cancer, I'm just going to bring this up because it is the family card. If you have a Capricorn around you or anyone around you who is trying to restrict your thoughts, your thinking of not being who you need to be or having what you need to have, you're going to set yourself free with that and restore the control within yourself with no more lack of anything. It's all about I am, right? You take that lion with that bull. That's an awful lot of strength, right? Yeah. So you're definitely restoring all of that back to your rest mode. Being calm about the situation, contemplating on the situation. You will not tell me I cannot have this. I know what I can have. I know what I want to be, what I can do. But you also have your heart very open, and I think the reason this is very important for the heart to be open for yourself, not towards other people, because it's always there towards other people. This is towards you, Taurus, is because it's almost like, I feel like for some of you, someone has been destroying what you can do or telling you you cannot have this or you cannot do that when it comes to your second house. And you're saying no. So you're restoring that control, giving that back to yourself, right? And I think that's a big thing. That's a good way to end the end of the year too, is by maintaining that control and saying, I am abundant, I am prosperity, I am, this goddess Venus over here. Don't tell me what I can do when I can't do. Yes, with all that self-love. There could have been a lot of illusion going on within the situation, something that was, what, I'm going to dream this dream and you're not going to tell me. You're not going to tell me what it is I know. Restoring this balance. Why do I feel that? Or maybe it was even yourself. Maybe it's your own self. That little voice in your head trying to tell you you can't do this, you can't. And now you're intuitively and instinctively coming back into, this is what I'm going to have, and this is my new feelings, my new restored me this month. Going after those dreams, anything that you are having within your subconscious, anything you're dreaming of, you are definitely bringing those dreams into fruition. Some of you might even be getting ready to have a new baby too. Beautiful. Congratulations. Or getting married. That's so awesome. Like super awesome. Maybe somebody's against this new baby or this marriage or this, proposal. But you're not going to allow them to feed fear to you. Take it how it resonates. Anything that you felt like it was an illusion, you're saying it doesn't matter if it was an illusion or not. I'm still dreaming of this. I'm not worried about it anymore. I'm still going to do what I want to do. I'm going to go after my dreams. Having your intuition open. On the base chakra over here, giving and receiving. And a tower, there's that sudden awareness. There's that Uranus coming in. Boom. Having some kind of sudden insight and some kind of an awakening when it comes to giving and receiving and sharing the wealth. Something that has to do with sharing. Something that has to do with me being generous and keeping my heart open when it comes to the second house, the way that I'm sharing things, the way that I'm doing things for myself. But that sudden awareness is going to bring in that tower. It could cause a little bit of upheaval if you're dealing with someone, especially if someone's trying to restrict your dreams, restrict what you're thinking. It could even be a tower within yourself, from that sudden awareness of what's going on. It's just, you know what, it's just that whole, oh my gosh, right? Oops. See what's going on over here, Taurus, in the mid-month. No matter what, you have the Ace of Cups and you're going for what it is you truly want. You have a gift from the universe. All those aces are gifts. They're all gifts of intuition, all gifts somehow or another. Peace, love, inner strength, victory and success in the mid-month. Somewhere around probably the 11th, 12th of the month, you're going to feel like you're having victory and success in the second house. You're going to feel like you finally are getting to where you want to be. You had the patience and the planning. You know exactly what you've been doing. Okay, you're taking on your own authority. You're in the knowing that you also are your own authority. You're your own emperor. You are coming up the ladder over here, my friends. You are stable. That is 4. That is a card of stability. That is a card of wealth. That is the card of, this is what I want. Some of you might even have met a wealthy person, a emperor, male or female. It doesn't matter. And you know that this is the right person for you. Take it how it resonates. But you may even meet them in the second house. You might meet them at work. You might meet them on a business trip. Something of this nature. But no matter what it is, you know this is exactly who you are. And it's kind of crazy because it could even be someone you've been waiting for this whole time, or a job opportunity that has made you into an emperor, a place where you felt like you were trapped in fear for a while, but now you feel like everything is coming together. No more suffering in silence, my friends. No more wounded warrior. No more obstacles and challenges. You have found your firm foundation. You are the light, and you have the Ace of Cups again. These are at the bottom of the deck, and the reason I'm pulling them is because those are the unseen truths. To tarot, we would have to go through the whole deck to be able to get to the unseen truths, the future of what it is that you really see. And this is what's going to happen in the very end of the month, something that's bound to happen. Why? Because you're seeing, this is what you're waiting for. This is what it was. That somebody kept you here, or you kept yourself there. And Spirit says, this is enough of that. So he's pulling you out of this with that tower, with this Uranus, with this sudden change, this sudden awareness, this sudden awakening. But I love it though too, because Neptune will be going direct. It's been in retrograde this whole time, guys. Okay, it's been in our social house, for the longest time. Okay, so if you felt like this was an illusion, you felt like this is a dream, you felt like it's because of that Neptune. But now Spirit is telling you, don't worry about it. You set yourself on this path. You've been waiting a long time. You know what the truth is now. You know what you're seeing. Don't have fear. Right? That'll go direct December 6th, which is crazy because where is the beginning of the month? Right here. I just said it. Where is this? Beginning of the month. Probably around the 6th. Right? Probably around the 6th. Yeah. Okay? This will bring back your attention to your social trends and your collective beliefs. And your collective beliefs are going to come back together, and especially you're going to have that sudden awakening when that tower comes crashing down. So this is beautiful because it's going to connect everything together that you've been actually looking for. Everything that you have been looking and trying to do, that you've been waiting for. Now, you're not going to really 100% have any of this, mid-month comes around, somewhere around the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th. Here comes everything. Everything's going to encourage you to want to keep going, though, in the beginning of the month. That's why you're so strong. And now you're going to see everything starting to come together. Right? So you're going to have this victory and this success. You're going to be able to toot your horn. Toot your horn. 6 of Wands, toot your horn. Maybe you're tooting your horn too to that devil, we'll say. Okay? Maybe that's that Capricorn. It doesn't have to be. Maybe it's anybody. You're tooting your horn over here saying, I told you that dream was coming in. I told you my second house is doing this. I told you, right? The things that I value are coming together. Okay? It was all through patience and planning. and even all the impatience that you had too, Taurus. Yeah, yeah. Tell me. I'm Taurus. And I'm Taurus Leo, so you know I'm impatient. Oh, with that Libra too. Oh my God. It's amazing. Okay, so anyways, it's amazing I made it, right? Like, how are you alive? I don't know. Not through patience, that's for sure. Okay, so anyways, but with the multiple priorities, you through your time management. Look at this. You're going to be able to balance these decisions. You're going to see the victory and success coming together. You're going to be able to balance everything together. You're going to have the adaptability. You're going to say, this is where it is. And there it is. Patience and planning of the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, ho, ho. Who did it? Who put this? Who planted all the seeds? Who waited patiently as possible? Okay, for everything to come together? You did. And here comes the Fool. Everything that you wanted is coming together, Taurus. Everything that you've seen that you might have even felt like it was an illusion because it wasn't coming together fast enough, everything you thought that might just be a dream, even though your intuition's going crazy. It's like, how does my intuition know something even though you're going back and forth? And I can almost guarantee you're going back and forth going, is this going to happen or is this not going to happen? Intuitively, I see it happening. Right? But here it is, right? Having the blind faith to continue to keep moving. You find the pleasure, you find the optimism. Finally, the possibility is coming through. Finally, you feel like you are the emperor. Finally, you see all of the progress coming together with the Ace of Pentacles, gift from the universe. The gift from the universe is this beautiful abundance, this beautiful manifestation, this beautiful opportunity that's coming toward you that you've been waiting for, right? Whatever it was, whatever worries that you had, now you can now see the new ventures and the prosperities coming together. It was a long waiting game, right? You still might be having some waiting, but you actually see it coming together. Now, maybe you're not 100% getting it, and maybe that's why the waiting game is there. Give or take, this is a general reading. Okay, so the waiting game could say, because I've been waiting all this time, I still have to wait a little bit. For some of you, that's going to be true. For others, you're just like, nope, it's in my hand right now. It's package is delivered, right? But this is because you have the Wheel of Fortune. Now, we've been waiting for this Wheel of Fortune. Cycle's changing. Destiny's turning. It has its turning point. Inevitable fate is coming in as you speak. Now you have whatever was extended, you have all these things opening up for you. You're also going to see a big source of your own wisdom and guidance coming through as well within this Great Awakening. Okay. So you're going to see other financial opportunities at hand where you might be able to share your philosophy, show the world what you're made of. I mean, you're the emperor. There's all kinds of things that you can do. This is going to completely give you the enlightenment that you're looking for. Excuse me. Intuition's opening. I don't know why I always sneeze, but I do. Okay. Different than before. You're going to be viewing things different than from before. Excuse me. Wow. Okay, so having the deep insight, right? And you might even feel like you are sacrificing something for another thing, and that's okay, right? Because you're at the point right now, Taurus, you're like, that's fine, right? That's fine. If I have to sacrifice something to get to this piece that I've really been wanting in the second house, you guys are already there, right? You're already there in your mind. So, you know, that just means that maybe I have to let go of this and surrender to that to get to this. That's fine. I feel for a lot of you who've already done all that, though. So I feel like looking back at the situation, you know, it's causing a lot of sensitive emotions about all the things that you have done already to get to this place. Okay. For others of you, you might still have to do a little bit of work, okay, to continue to keep going. Okay. So let's see what's going on in the end of the month. This is a beautiful reading, getting straight into the Christmas area. Somewhere between the 21st and the 30th, right? So show us, Spirit, what's going on for Taurus at the end of the month in the second house. I am loving this. Fulfillment of wishes. Whoa. But you do have suffering in silence with the 9 of Wands. Okay. But you have spiritual strength to guide you. You are not, for some of you, if you're on a spiritual journey and you know this and you've been going on this spiritual journey, you're continuing on this spiritual journey. Your journey is not over. Just because you got this does not mean the journey's over. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're probably the ones that are saying, I've got this, but there's still something I have to do to let this go. And I'm still waiting for this piece here. okay? For a lot of you, okay, who are on a spiritual, pretty much if you're on a spiritual, that's what's going on. I have this, but there's more that's coming. I'm waiting. I'm still in the waiting game for other things. I still have other things that are happening with the hangman. Okay, and that's where your spiritual journey is coming in. For others of you, it's just saying, I have the spiritual strength to continue to keep going forward and to continue with my truth. Okay. For others of you on a spiritual journey, give me the cards for those on a spiritual journey, please, because I do see that your spiritual journey is not over. You just got to the pretty much almost the end of the round. You're almost done though. Yeah, you have a few obstacles and challenges because they're a little imbalanced, but you're still waiting for something huge. This is just the beginning of it. This is just the beginning of where prosperity begins. This is just a reward for the overall prosperity. Holy schniz, what are you guys doing? So you're still a little imbalanced within the situation. You still have a little bit of an obstacle and a challenge. You still are the Nine of Pentacles, but you're looking for the overall. You're looking for another Ace of Pentacles. Okay, this is for you on a spiritual journey. You know who you are. Okay, and that's why you're kind of in the waiting game. Got it? Okay, it makes sense. Yeah, that's okay. But you are aware. Yes, thank you, Spirit. You're aware of who you are. Okay, for others of you, let's just go there. I'm just going to leave that alone. You guys understand. Okay, let's just go to the overall over here. Is the fulfillment of wishes, having the Nine of Cups coming in because you know that you have achieved what it is you achieve with the Ace of Pentacles and the wishes being fulfilled. But you do have something, yeah, you have the Ace of Wands. And so now you're going to be empowered to want to have new potential beginnings because you have new opportunities of growth coming through. Well, you already seen that with the Wheel of Fortune. So you have new projects and new inspiring things. Man, you are on a roll over here, Taurus. The suffering and silence is only because of the Nine of Swords, is because of the sudden awareness and choosing your happiness and retreating from the situation. Now, remember, you had a tower, so you can only imagine it's kind of playing a role on the tower over here as you're waiting for this kind of this Ace of Cups in its own way, but you're kind of checking for realignment in its own way. Okay, but you have the energy to keep moving. Okay, but you're going to feel a little more fearless and impulsive towards the end of the month. Okay, which is really going to want you to get really action-packed over here. Okay, and this is because of the spiritual strength, because the spiritual strength says because of your goals and the things that you've been dreaming of, those things that are coming in. You're going to have spiritual fortune and rejuvenation, but you're also feeling like you're on this purpose. But because you have to take inspired action over here, you're going to feel like, whoa, what is, how is this all going to turn out as the Nine of Pentacles with the truth? And that's because you are getting the rewards. This is because you are becoming more self-sufficient. This is because you do have the fruits of your labor. Anytime we have new areas within our lives, we have what? New difficulties, right? New little things that we have to think about, right? So that's beautiful, though, within the second house, though, because it's saying you have the rewards, you have the luxury. Okay? Okay, my friends. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.